Hey guys, and welcome to another gold making video. In this one I'm going to be showing you an island expedition gold farming guide. So how to make gold from island expedition. Now there is multiple ways, but the main way is getting really valuable transmog pieces by doing island expedition. Now the pets can sell quickly, but the best price that you're going to get is from the transmog pieces because they are pretty rare. And you can only get certain pieces every week. So every week it's different. And I'll show you how it all works and how to actually do it. So to start off with, if you're in Alliance, you want to head over to Borealis to this location right here. Now this is if you're Alliance only. Horde actually have a different location. So let's go ahead and check out the Horde location. It is at a whole different area. It's right here and it's right down on the corner part. You'll find the mission table where you can queue up and also the NPC where you can queue up for island expeditions. You'll find it just there if you're Horde. Now what island expedition is, it's basically a mini game that doesn't take very long to finish, and you get doubloons from finishing events, and then you can spend the doubloons on different crates. So their crates just have transmog pizzas inside of them, mounts, pets, a lot of really cool things, but what makes the most gold is the transmog pieces. So every time you finish an island expedition, you will get these pouches. Then inside the pouches, you get doubloons. And like I said before, the doubloons are the currency used to buy the crates, which inside of the crates, you then get transmog items, pets, and mounts that you can sell. Well, you can sell the transmogs and the pets. You can't sell the mounts. But the mounts are just a nice little bonus while you're doing this. Now, what you want to do is if you're doing this solo, you want to talk to the NPC and you want to queue up for a mythic island expedition. Now, this will give the most amount of doubloons and the best loot. So you always want to make sure that you're doing mythic. Now, what I like to do is, because we're level 70 now, these mobs are so easy to kill. I like to just stay in my speed set so I can run around the whole spot a lot quicker. Now also make sure you're using consumes, which will increase your movement speed. This will make it a lot quicker. Now the goal is, in Island Expedition, is the first team to reach 12,000 Azerite. So there is two sides. You're on one side, there is another side with NPCs from the game. They're not actually real players, and you'll have a race. The first person to get to 12,000 Azerite will win the round. Now you can get Azerite from doing a lot of different things inside of Island Expedition. For an example, just for killing the mobs, you can get a whole heap of Azerite. The rare spawns give you a bit more Azerite than the normal mobs. Now another way to actually get Azerite while you're doing this is to do the objectives. So you can like mine, you can pick up random things, and now these all give Azerite. And this can be a very quick way to actually get the Azerite. It's just all depends if you want to be killing mobs or you want to be like mining and picking up stuff for Azerite. But as you can see, it's very, very, very quick also. It's just as good as killing the mobs, I would say. Especially if you don't have like any good gear, you can collect and mine the Azerite a lot quicker. As you can see, there's also chests. The chests have a decent amount of Azerite in them. But what I like to do when running this is a hybrid of both. So killing the mobs and then also picking up and mining the mining nodes and also the chests along the way. This will be the best way and the quickest way to get to that 12,000 Azerite. And now, another thing I should mention, every single time you finish an island expedition, you have a chance, on top of the pouches with the doubloons, you have a chance at getting straight items, straight for just completing the island expedition. So you can get like transmog items, the pets, and then even there's some really cool mounts that you can get from completing the island expeditions. And that is on top of the bags, which have all the doubloons in them, which you then use to buy the crates, which even has even more loot inside of them. Now I've recently just done a video testing this for 10 hours, and on average I would say you'd get close to about 100k gold per hour. Now you could get lucky and you could make way more in 1 hour. Depends on what transmog items you actually get your hands on. But on average, you should be able to get around 100k worth of transmog items while you're doing this per hour. So it's very, very good. And the transmog items actually sell really good for transmog items. For the main reason is that people can't just go out and farm the exact Island Expedition transmog piece they want, because each week the crates are different and they cycle in between, and each crate gives different transmog pieces. So some of the transmog pieces are extremely rare and they have a good sell rate. A lot of people really like to buy these transmog pieces. Like me personally, I buy hundreds of these to actually flip because they sell so good. So you want to make sure when you're doing this that you don't sell any of the items for too cheap, or someone like me will come along and grab them and then resell them for the proper price. Now another thing, but you can actually do this with 3 people. And now having 3 people doesn't take away anything whatsoever from the points or doubloons or loot that you get. All it does is just speeds up the runs. So whenever you can, I would always recommend having a group of 3 people doing this, or even just like you and a mate. It really, really helps speed up the whole thing. For example, if you have 3 people, that's pretty much 3x as quick. Now they only take about 5 minutes to do solo. You can get it under 5 minutes if you have a group of 3 people, and you can do it extremely, extremely quickly. So the matches don't take long whatsoever to complete, and you shouldn't worry about ever losing any of the Island Expeditions. You have to pretty much like go AFK to end up losing. As you can see, here's a whole heap of the pouches with doubloons. Now this was from a 10-hour run that I done doing this, and we went ahead and we brought some of the crates, and we'll check out some of the loot that we got from them. Now when I did this, I'm pretty sure we got one that was worth 213k gold just from one crate, which is absolutely crazy. So in my inventory right now, here's the loot that I got from 10 hours. There is a mixture of pets and transmog items. The total amount for everything that was in my bags, but we also got that really cool mount. We got 2 mounts in the 10 hours. Everything that is in my inventory at the moment is worth 700k, and it took us 10 hours to farm this. So on average, we got 70k roughly per hour by doing this. We did have a few little breaks in between here and there. We weren't going too hardcore while we're doing this, and we still managed to get 70k gold per hour. As you can see, the total worth of our bags is 700k, and we did that in 10 hours. So that is my guide on how to make gold from Island Expedition. If you'd like to learn how to make a lot of gold in retail, you can check out my complete gold making guide, which will be the first link down below in the description box. This is a guide that I constantly update, and if you get a copy, you have a lifetime worth of free updates. Till next one, take care.